is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Joey, JcM, and welcome to a new little series here in the JcM universe called Buying the Rights. Yes, as of the other day when I was talking about Ryu and Monster Hunter, we were reacting to that trailer of Ryu premiering in Monster Hunter, and I wound up talking about how I would go about that story of how to make Ryu be on that island. Because I was saying everything's about story. Story is really important. I might have even mentioned I mentioned at some point that even in Call of Duty, you gotta have that story mode in there. Even for people that don't play it or whatever, it's just knowing that it's there still creates a world, still gives you a purpose and more meaning than just running around and boom, 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 and that's all you're doing. You got that story in there, it gives you that drive, right? So basically, I had a lot of fun talking about what came out of my imagination as to why Ryu was there on that island, why he was using guns, why he was using a hammer and a sword. But he was also, doing his Hadouken and the Shoryuken uppercut and stuff, which is good. I'm glad they kept that in there also. You can go watch that. But like I said, I had a lot of fun talking about what came out of my imagination as far as what they could make us as a story as to why Ryu is there in the world of Monster Hunter and on that island and everything. But here we're talking about something I was seeing recently, something about Han Solo's funeral and how it's not in The Last Jedi. And it's something I didn't actually realize myself until this point, until I saw these couple of videos talking about it. I said, yeah, why is Han Solo's funeral not there? Where's the emotion? Where's the, But then I'm trying to think about Last Jedi, and I was like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, oh yeah, it took place a couple of minutes after, so maybe they didn't have time or something, but then I'm saying to myself, I'm like, well, first of all, as far as me and corporate Star Wars, there's a lot to say about it. But right now, if we're talking strictly about Han Solo's funeral, let's just talk just about that subject. Why, where was it and why wasn't it there or whatever? Like I said, so The Last Jedi supposedly takes place minutes or right after The Force Awakens. So one might say maybe they didn't have time to have a funeral or anything like that. But they could have started off the movie with, some sort of or right in the beginning of the movie, a somber scene of Leia looking at a hologram of Han and just maybe putting her hand up to it or something. A tear starts to run down her eye. She's the strong general, right? But that's her man, Han Solo, and she starts to have a tear come down. Then Chewbacca walks in, and he puts his arm around Leia, and then she really breaks down and she hugs him and she starts crying, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 the First Order starts to strike the base. And then Chewbacca's like, you motherfucker! You know what I mean? I'm crying over my best friend. Yeah, you guys killed him. And now you're fucking attacking this base? You are fucked. You know what I mean? Oh my god. What the fuck? You know what I mean? That would have been... Come on! That would have been given so much fucking... Yeah, go, And then you could even soar Leia, maybe just, look up. Maybe not, she's Leia, so maybe she's not, angry, but she's, she looks up, and maybe, when the shit starts to happen, whatever's going on, but then all of a sudden, maybe someone gets in a pickle, and then, Leia has a moment to where, someone saves maybe Poe Dameron, and he's like, oh shit, thanks, who was that? And then it was Leia on some sort of gun, saying, go get him. So, you know what I mean? And Poe's like, yeah, thank you, you know. But it was Leia's moment to, like, maybe she takes out a couple of fighters too, and stuff like that. Not on a TIE fighter, but she's on, like, one of the main ships on one of, like, the guns controlling it. You know, since she's force sensitive, she's able to do a little more damage than maybe someone else would have, maybe at that range or something. You know, and then, like, you know, maybe Chewbacca could have had a big moment. He could have went out there and fucking just fuck shit up, you know what I mean? And, you know, it just could have started that way. So it really didn't have to be a funeral. You know what I mean? It could have just been a moment like that where, like, you know, so maybe something happens right in the beginning real quick, but then after that, they go to this moment. And then, like I said, she's grieving over him or whatever. And it could have, you know, them being sad about that, you know, beautiful moment between Chewbacca and Leia, and then the First Order starts attacking the base right in the middle of, like, them, like, really the saddest moment right there. They start fucking coming at the base, and Chewbacca's just like, "Aah!" You know, he lets out a fucking big Chewbacca fucking scream, and, you know, you know, we could have maybe even saw him. Maybe some guys came onto the base. You know, hut, they're running, and then you could have seen Chewbacca, like, fucking boom, like, kick open a fucking door, just fucking up, like, all these fucking guys, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? That would have been Star Wars, you know, so people, oh, that's Star Wars, that's whatever the fuck, but, you know, like, that would have been, like, you know, oh my god, that would have been an awesome moment, and, like, so, yeah, like I said, so in this series of buying the rights, it's basically like, what if I was in control of that scene or that subject or whatever, what would come out of my imagination for these certain topics and everything? And I love using my imagination, and you know, I'm a fan of these stories that are coming out of my mind, and you know, hey, you know, if I'm digging it, maybe I could provide some cool imagination for you guys too, right? So, yeah, there it is, guys. Just wanted to, you know, have this little segment here of buying the rights about Han Solo's funeral. There is a book coming out about it, supposedly, or something, but because this is corporate Star Wars, it just really feels like, you know, ignore any emotion in these movies, do whatever the analytics say would make us money. Oh, and then, you know, let's make a book about Han Solo, because if it's a book about Han Solo, we can, you know, let's not have him in this movie. We used him in the first movie, and then we'll make this book separately to, like, you know, just use his name, and it just feels too much of, like, tactics, you know, it's too corporate, you know, and so, yeah, that book's coming out supposedly, but, well, I don't know, whatever. But, like I said, if JcM bought the rights to that, well, like I said, if I had the rights to all this, I could go on forever. But if we're specifically talking about Han Solo's funeral, that's what comes to my imagination. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know maybe what your thoughts on Han Solo's funeral, and maybe how they should have did it, or whatever, or I don't know. I'm looking forward to the I don't know. So let me know what you guys think. And that's it for now on this edition of JcM Buying the Rights. And I will see you guys later. You guys know all the ways you can raise the power level of the channel. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later.